It's not anything personal.
That's right. We're live now. I believe, if it's going to change.
Let me bring it up.
Oh,
right. I'm going to do some TA, so I'll listen to you in the background. Okay.
Oh, lovely. Can you guys hear my fan in the background?
Mm-mm.
No? Oh, good.
We're going to hear that bloody mini when it gets there. I can tell you. We're going to get insulation, mate. I'm telling you.
No. I do want to put some walls up for it.
I think we'll like those plastic containers, the food ones.
Yeah.
Do it how the other, what's his name, PJ did. Bore a hole.
No, just use those. Use the igloo like big. Containers.
Yeah. That'll dumb the sound down.
Yeah. Did you guys ever see that picture that I posted?
Was it you that did it? It was you, wasn't it? Somebody posted. Yeah, do something like that.
Yeah, you just make them out of igloo coolers, and then it keeps the sound down.
Is this what what's his name?
Yeah, that's what JMS.
JMS, that's it. JMS did one, didn't he? He put the air vent at the front and the back, and obviously the S9.
Yeah, you just got to
That's the way to do it.
2 4-inch holes, one in the front, one in the back, and then
I mean, you can really make it nice and tidy. Something
PSU
like that,
and the Ethernet cable. That's it.
You can really do a nice job with something like that. I mean, you made the holes were too bloody big. What you made?
For me? No, they're perfect.
What, for putting the wires in and everything? It would look like an Indian had done
it. Oh man!
Jesus Christ, man!
You must be talking about somebody else's work.
I've seen something in the box, right? And I looked at it, and I thought, because I've seen it before, and I thought you could enhance it. I was thinking, what else you could put with the box to dumb down the sound. But that is a good idea, that on its own. It will take a lot of the noise, because it sounds like an aircraft taking off, man.
No, it's a 1500 watt fucking blow dryer.
I know, but I mean, what level of decibels is it?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably like 80, 70 or 80 decibels.
It's up there, isn't it? You know what I mean? Jesus,
yeah, what machine's this though, John?
Fucking do your
S9 and a S9i.
Yeah, they're really loud, but the Z9s are not as bad, are they?
No, they're not bad at all. I think they're 70 something decibels.
Right, I'm going to post a couple of. The problem I've got is I don't know if I can post them in your chat box in YouTube. Can you give me a permission for that?
Bitglen quotes at 55 decibels, but that's not right.
If you want to post anything that you want me to bring up, if you do it in the Discord.
Yeah, I know, but it's better if I can try and put it in the chat box in.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
If you give me permission, that's all. That's all I want.
Oh right, yeah. I thought you meant I had to do something, but yeah, I've set my YouTube so that people should be able to post anything, but I think it restricts links.
It's like links, yeah, right. Well, I want to put links in solely, and I'll put TA in there.
Enable it, but then
I've got my TA ready now. It's coming. My TA is coming up. I've got a couple of charts.
Mate, guys, did you see my video that I done the other day where I was drawing little graphs on the screen? Like not graphs, but I did that, right? I downloaded that app, and basically you just hold in the command button, you move your mouse around, that's it, and it'll just draw like lines, or whatever. And I thought that blew my mind. I was like, what?
Yeah, I know you would use whatever you could.
I've not seen that. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, and it goes up.
It's basically just like a kid's app so that they can draw on their computer screens or whatever. I downloaded it and I thought, oh, that would be really good, because normally when I do like talking about the price of Bitcoin, I do a lot of hand movements, and obviously it looks really stupid. So I thought, if I get that, it'll make a bit more sense. But we've got a couple of guys now. Crypto John's in the live chat as well as the live chat.
Right. So have you altered that for me at all? Because I've got a bit of stuff here now I can put up for you.
Are we live now?
Yeah, we're live. We've been live for about 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh.
Can you? Have I got
okay.
Permission to post now?
Yeah, I mean, you can try and post it if you want, but I can't control the live chat, you see, so I can't. There's no settings I can change.
I don't want you. When you get out, if I can't do it, when you get out, look into it and sort it, will you?
Yeah. I mean, try it now, see if it works.
I won't put any shit. I won't post any shit in there, any birds or anything. No nudes.
It's you controlling the porn bots, isn't it, in the Telegram group chat? I know it is.
Do you know what, right, man? She's after us. I tell you, she's good, man. She's after us for some reason. I mean, she just keeps popping up every other day. It's not like spamming, is it? She's a hot man. She's hot for us. I don't know why.
She's hot for the Team Bitglen. She wants Team Bitglen all over her.
Oh, a big length of it then. Yeah.
Right, so I'll start this video off. Hey guys, thanks for joining. This is the live Team Bitglen crypto chat show number 8, I believe, in this series. We've got Zia said, how much did you pay, mate? I'll get onto that. I knew someone was going to ask that in this video, so I will get onto that. But if you're joining this video for the first time, click the subscribe button somewhere down here in the bottom corner. Also, give this video a thumbs up when you join or before you leave. That would really help the channel out. Today, I'm actually joined by John. We have Travis, and we also have Russell in the Discord live chat. And if you ever think, oh, I wish I could be a part of that, feel free. It's completely free. There's no like loops you have to go through. It's just the link to it is down below, and you have to download the Discord app, and then you can just join the Bitglen live chat and join in the conversation like these guys have. So we've had a little chat just before we've gone live to discuss some topics to talk about, but feel free, if you don't want to, some people are not as confident or they don't want to have their voice heard, feel free to just message us in the live chat box above my head here in the YouTube comment section. So today obviously we're going to talk about, we're going to have a little look at the markets, which Russell's going to help me out with, and John obviously being an expert miner, I'm going to say expert, he's good. We're going to chat a bit about obviously the Z9s, because have you received your second batch now then, John?
I have, yeah. I've got my second batch now.
Because you sold your first batch, didn't you? So now you was without a Z9 mini for a while, and now you've received your second lot.
Yeah, that's right.
So what's your experience? Obviously you've got yours before mine. What's your experience with the new batch of Z9 minis?
Well, I do have to say that the batch 2 of the Z9 minis, I'm sure everybody's been hearing about the problems with the firmware and that how they were receiving them from Bitmain, and they weren't able to overclock them like the first batch. The first batch you could overclock to 700 to 750 on the frequency and stay under 70 degrees Celsius on the temperature, and people were getting 6.5, excuse me, not 16.5 or 16,000 kilosouls out of each miner. Well, on the second batch, we're finding out that that's not the case. A lot of guys are complaining that, obviously, one, when they first get their miner, it's showing on the configuration page that they can't overclock it, and it's showing a balanced method on there. So the fix for that was obviously download the new firmware, or there was a fix around it to go into Google Chrome and open up the web browser for that and adjust the frequency in there manually and save it using some web, kind of web design features on the Google Chrome app or whatever.
And did that work for you?
Well, fortunately, I kept my first batch firmware and just reflashed it with the first batch firmware. But the problem that I ran into after I did that, I was able to overclock it, but however, there's something wrong, or they use different chips, or the hardware is different than the first batch, because the boards are crapping out at a higher frequency. So you can only go up to, I think I've tweaked mine out now to like 14.4.
Which is still better than advertised, isn't it? So you're still getting a more powerful machine, but obviously
yeah, I'm still getting about 40. I'm getting about 40% increase,
which is
rather than 50 or 60.
Which is still good, but it's not what it was. Obviously, 2 months ago?
Right.
Yeah, so I suppose that's given me a little bit of hope, because I was expecting you to say, oh no, I can't go past like 10,000 souls or something. So that's good to hear that you've obviously managed to have a workaround. I actually, because a couple of people, Dave has commented as well saying, "Damn, Glenn, what was the damage, mate? Shit cap, sorry." So a lot of people obviously wanted to know, eventually obviously I'm going to have to pay import tax or customs tax, whatever it is you call it in your country. So DHL, they text me this morning, saying, and I've brought it up on screen here, a shipment will be shortly delivered to you with waybill number. A payment of importation charges is due of £290.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Payment should be made on their website.
To import tax. Jesus.
Yeah, so that's for 2 Z9 minis, and I assume the power supply unit. Well, I hope that's for the power supply units as well.
Holy shit.
But yeah, I mean, if we do £290 into US dollars for the people in America watching, so
$374.
He's already on it.
on the ball, my man. There, we've been discussing figures just before.
Yeah, so 374. Obviously, if you add that onto what I've spent already on the machines, obviously they're advertised at 850 plus, what was it, 105 for the power supply unit. Plus I paid, I think, I'm gonna say $150 for delivery. And now obviously this 374, which actually if you half that, because obviously I bought 2 machines, you're looking at what, 190, is that right? Something like that, 185. So if we plus $185, that means in total then a Z9 Mini has set me back $1,290 US, which,
yeah, that's about right.
You know, I don't know really, because I sort of feel a bit bummed out about it, but then I sort of, obviously I knew there was some sort of customs or import tax, I just never knew what. I didn't think to ask anyone before I even started the process. Well,
Glenn, let me tell you this, that the amount has gone up. Just a few months ago, it was like $60 US dollars to import it from China to the US. So it has gone up for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge amount.
Tariffs and, well, I guess if it's gone up for everybody, not just the U.S. Is that what you mean by everybody?
Yeah, everybody that bought from China. Yeah.
We've got Zaya. I'm not going to read the number out, but said I paid £190 for Z9 Mini and the PSU, which I suppose sounds about right for because obviously I'm going to be paying $290. But obviously mine's for 2 Z9s. I assume they're packaged together. I don't know how they come. But yeah, it's a bit of a bummer, to be honest, because obviously that's about, I mean, the 374, you're talking about like a 20-30% on what I've already paid for the machines, and obviously the machines are looking less profitable every day. So even before the machines are delivered to my front door, I'm already negged out by it already, or bummed out by it, whatever you want to call it.
Was that that charge a surprise to you? Did they mention anything about that?
Well,
you were ordering it?
I mean, obviously, when I knew, because just based on watching other people's YouTubes and talking to you guys, everyone said, "Oh yeah, you might have to pay import tax when it gets into your country." But I don't know why. I just had in my head like 40 quid or something like that. I don't know why, but
I bought a jacket in the States, right? But you know, one of those Ralph Lauren jacket, right? Brand new. It's like $500, and I ended up paying import duty on that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's obviously a learning curve for me. It's a learning lesson. Obviously, I'll know now that if I ever order sort of a machine from China again, that I you know, when I see the advertised price, I'm gonna think now like, oh yeah, plus 150 for, you know, import tax or whatever.
Yeah, I got it cheap. I didn't pay $500 for this coat, but that's what I got. I got import tax for it, full price. I was a bit annoyed.
You don't get like a discount on bulk or anything, like, do you? Like if you order a whole
I assume
pallet,
so. I mean, I don't know how import tax works, and I don't even want to attempt.
It's individual, and the thing is, look, I'm questioning why. I mean, I've forgotten now who it was that was actually having to pay tax in the States for it. But you will note that there was some changes made to the import duty and these currency wars, and also this capital that's moving around, particularly in Asia, right? It's kind of, well, it's drawing the attention of a lot of people. I mean, what's the real value of a blockchain? I think. Sorry.
Well, Glenn, I have an issue about that I'm working. I'm following some other Discord groups, and the consensus is that this mining equipment that we're purchasing from China is being classified in the wrong classification according to the charter, if you will, or the guidelines about what is classified under the new tariffs and what's not classified. So I posted a letter in the Discord.
Yeah, I just opened it up and I saw there was a load of personal information, so I quickly closed it down.
Well,
are you okay me showing it? Yeah,
it's not my personal information.
Oh, okay.
I don't know whose it is, but
so it says here the tariff number, Christopher something, the tariff classification of cryptocurrency mining machines from China. In your letter dated May 29, 2018, you requested a tariff clarification ruling. You have provided 2 items for consideration, both of which are used for mining various types of cryptocurrency. The first item is referred to as the Antminer S9, which consists of an aluminium enclosure, 2 cooling fans, a control board, printed circuit board assembly, and 3 separate PCBAs. And they are commonly referred to as hash boards. These control board has an Ethernet port, an IP push button, a reset push button. They're basically describing the machine. We know that either of the power
scroll down a little bit, and you'll start to see what they're talking about as far as the actual number of the classification.
Well, actually, John, it's probably better if you. I mean, I assume you've already read through this. Is that right?
Yeah. So if you scroll down to page 2 on like the 3rd paragraph, that's where they start picking up what classification it falls under and what chapter it is and guidelines for the purpose of tariffs and etc. So there's information in this letter that is open to the public here. To use to try to get some of your money back, I guess that's what I'm going to use it for, because I feel like I'm being wrongfully charged and overcharged.
Right, so it was you that got the charge then.
Yeah, I mean everybody's getting overcharged for.
Yeah, but somebody didn't. Somebody was saying they didn't the other day.
Yeah, there's a few people.
Funny. Yeah,
there's a few
right,
people.
Now, what I say to you is that it's because of these tariffs that have been introduced lately. They're all in the diary, aren't they? So I'm saying someone may have bought their machine earlier than when the watershed came about. You understand? When they shut it, when they built it. You understand? And now, of course, I mean, you can see it's strategic because right now, I mean, China's having a real problem with currency.
Yeah. So here's the funny thing is that one of my units that I bought didn't get taxed at all, and they still sent it to me. Right. The rest of them got taxed. I used UPS. And UPS charged me the tax, right? But when I paid UPS the tax, underneath the statement of the billing for that amount, the headline or who it was supposed to go to was Bitglen. So that's what's strange.
Really?
Yeah. So,
have you got a copy of this?
Oh, absolutely. So I'm going to wait till Tuesday.
Scan it, man. I want to see this.
I'm going to wait till Tuesday to submit this to UPS because I already contacted Bitglen. And Bitglen told me in writing and in the email that they've already collected all of their taxes and shipping fees when I made my initial purchase. So why would UPS be trying to take money from me to send it to Bitglen? So all this is super shady.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Listen, give me a copy of that letter.
Yeah, I mean we could just make a class action suit against Bitglen.
Will you get a copy of that? Post it to me somehow. Get it to me.
Yeah.
Post it in the. I want to see it. Right. You don't wipe it with all your details, but get it to me because I'd like to show it to somebody else.
There you go. Team Bitglen.
No, that's important. Significant, that is.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's a large amount of money now because obviously you're talking about sort of 20-30% increase on obviously your initial purchase.
It's going to take you ages. Even if you can get it back, it's going to take you a month or 2, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I heard a story the other day about someone who went to a bank, right? They went to pay some money in, and they had to go through Capital One to pay some other person, right? And Capital One held the money, even though they what they said was that it was irregular, right? And even though that it was known the customer was at the bank, they wouldn't do anything with it. They locked it in their own account, so they kept it for 2 weeks. We're getting the interest on it.
Oh, they do that all the time, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is different though. What you're talking about here, this is.
Well, I mean, let's get to the heart here. Is that
it's a rip, isn't it?
Yeah, all this stuff's corrupt. I mean, that's part of the reason why we're all into cryptocurrencies, anyways, because this whole system is.
I'd take issue with them on that. Definitely, I would.
I never trusted that company. I don't know. I just.
Like I said, I bought that Parker right from the States. Yeah, nice Parker it is, and it was $595 new to buy, and I paid about $140 or something for it, $140, and they taxed me to the full price. It was brand new. I was fucking pissed off. Honestly, I really was.
But I bet you look hot in that jacket, though, Travis. I saw the man.
Hey, that jacket, no, beautiful. Beautiful, mate.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously I'm gonna pay it. I'll have to wait until Tuesday. It said on there that I don't know how it works. I think they hold on to the device until I pay the tax. So I've got to pay DHL probably Tuesday the £290. So therefore then they can deliver it to me later on in the week, I suppose. So that's when I'll have my Z9s. But now I'm worried about the actual big Z9 that I've ordered, because obviously I'm going to have to pay, I assume, an even larger amount, because that's a $3,500 machine.
Jesus Christ!
Plus, yeah, so that's the piece of it, is that Bitmain is telling customs, or whoever's taking these fees, they're posting the cost of value of the machines now. Right.
Yeah. So if you take 20% off like $3,000, you're talking about £600-700 import tax, or in dollars. Sorry, $700. Which obviously, as it stands right now, I'm not in a position to pay that. So essentially, I might have a machine sitting there for weeks before I can even pay this import tax. But I don't know.
That was the same boat that I was in, because
you can't use crypto to pay that either, right?
No,
I haven't got enough crypto.
Yeah, so that was the same boat as I was in. They, UPS wanted me to pay this obscene amount of money to have my unit shipped to my house.
Yeah, because you ordered quite a few, didn't you?
I hear an alarm, boys.
If I didn't pay for it, then that never would have gotten shipped. You know what I mean? So it puts you in a rough place, man.
Yeah, because they've got you by the balls at that point, haven't they?
Yeah.
What? Jesus.
But then it depends. I mean, if that is like, I mean, I assumed that the import tax is something that your individual government charge for that amount of machine, which if that's the right tax, then fair play, because, you want to do things compliant. There's no point dodging tax, because otherwise then you're breaking the law. But yeah, if the money's going to Bitmain, and obviously Bitmain are being a bit shady with obviously how much you should and shouldn't pay, then yeah, obviously that's going to cause people a lot of issues. And it might even cause me an issue. Obviously, we'll find out in the next week or so, I suppose. But, obviously I've gone halves with these machines, and I've messaged the guy that I went halves with, and I said, this is what...
What's he said?
Well, I sent him the screenshot, and he said, is that for your big Z9? And I said, no, that's for the Z9 minis.
Ooh.
And he was like, oh, shit. So... I actually owe him some money, so I'm going to pay it anyway myself. But so it's not really affecting him in any way. But yeah, it's just a bit of a shock, really. I don't know what to say. But I'm dreading now. I wish, because someone said to me, if you get it delivered by DHL. Well, I don't know how true this is. Someone said if you get it delivered by DHL, then you definitely do pay this import tax. But if you get it delivered through one of the others, sometimes you don't get charged it. I don't know how true that is, but then that made me think, oh, I wish I paid the extra now and got it through someone else.
Well, like I said, that one that they shipped me, I didn't have to pay for it at all.
And who was that with, if you don't mind me asking?
UPS.
Ah, damn it. Shit! Should have used UPS. But, yeah, it's a bit disheartening. Obviously, let's have a little look at what to mine to see what they're saying, because I haven't checked it for a little while.
Jesus.
I say that. I think I checked it yesterday, actually. I tell a lie. But it seems to have gone up, actually. It's gone up by $1. So it shows that, obviously, the coins are increasing in value. So, actually, John, you posted a image of the Equihash difficulty, and it seems to have dropped.
Yeah, Russell and I were just talking about that earlier because...
Are you able to post that image in the Discord so I can bring it up for everyone?
Yeah, let me pull up the newest one.
Oh, yeah.
This morning...
What, is there a website that I could go to, or if you can just send me the link and I'll bring it up?
Yeah, I can't post anything. I can't post anything in
the Discord chat.
Yeah, but you will allow that for me. You will give me the permission for.
Yeah.
Please, because I've tried to do it, and it just comes up saying you've got to take this apart and do it another way, and I don't. It's a direct link.
Okay, I'll have to have a look at it after this video if you're talking about
please do that.
Yeah.
All right, it's important because I do post stuff in the Discord, but it's relevant. It's important that people get to see some charts, you know.
Let's have a little look.
It's in the Discord.
Sweet.
Well, so it seems to have risen a bit actually since you last posted. Is that right? Because it was down sort of to 14 million difficulty, but obviously now it's up to about, I'd say that's 17 million. Is that right?
Yeah.
But is that shocking for you? Like, was you expecting these sort of figures? Because obviously everyone's starting to receive these machines now. I thought there was going to be a massive spike.
Well, they're not all switched on yet, are they? Some of them haven't been dropped off.
DHL have got them all.
Yeah.
No one's paying their tax.
Yeah, so last month when I was mining with the Z9 minis, the difficulty was anywhere between 10 million and 15 million. It would go up and down all day. So for now to be within 13 million to, well, there's that spike there at 23 million.
Oh yeah, 23.
But if you say 17, 18 million, I don't think that's too bad. I mean, it's definitely a lot higher, obviously, but I don't think it's that bad.
So let's say that if it does go to 24 million or maybe even 25, 26, whatever, within the next week or so, how do you think that's going to affect, just as a rough figure, if we're looking at $10 a day at the moment for a Z9 Mini, based on 10,000 souls, what would you expect that to go down or down by? Like, how many dollars a day do you think out of mine?
Yeah, well, it also depends on like the price of whatever Equihash coin you're.
Say if it was the same as it is today.
I would say that you're definitely not going to find any blocks. That's not going to happen.
That's a good little thing you've got there.
I think we're going to be safe. I think we'll be safe for at least a few more months until it gets above 25 or so.
Well, because even at 25, that's an increase of, so that would be an increase of, say, 7 million. You're looking at, 35, 40%. So if you took 35% off, obviously, $10 currently, you're looking at mining, say, $6.50 a day. And that's if, obviously, all the crypto prices stay as they are today.
That's what I was going to suggest, is if you're basing it off the $10 amount a day, then so probably $7, $67 a day.
Yeah, because that's, I mean, well, according to what to mine, they're suggesting that currently the Z9 minis would operate at $10 a day, or profitability about $10 a day. So yeah, if it did spike to sort of 25 million, we're predicting that these machines potentially could only mine sort of $6.50, let's say $6 a day. But obviously we've seen a lot of the cryptocurrencies, and I mentioned this in my video the other day, it seems like how it was this time last year, when a lot of the cryptocurrencies, I'm looking at Bitcoin today, it's at 7274. It's really stayed at that level most of the day. Man. Yeah, to me that's without looking at, I don't look at graphs, and I just go by what I feel each day. And I know that's really risky and you shouldn't offer, this is not financial advice, but when I look at Bitcoin on a Saturday midday and by a Sunday midday, it's roughly the same price, or it's increased by like $10 or $20. I think, oh, Bitcoin's going up. If I see it's gone down 3 or 4%, I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, because it could bounce up or it could continue to go down. But I reckon that it's going to roughly keep going up until this ETF announcement that everyone's so fucking got hard on for towards the end of September. And then I think it's going to drop either way, whether it's announced or declined, accepted or declined.
I don't think you're going to see any ETF until next year. That's the first thing.
What, you mean approval? Because there's two separate things there. You've got obviously the ETF being approved by the SEC, but then obviously once they approve it, someone needs to go and set this up and actually get investment behind it. And they were saying that even if it gets approved on the 30th of September, potentially it wouldn't be ready, even if it was pushed through, till sort of February to April next year anyway.
I can wait.
But obviously
it can wait. It's only a product. I mean, I don't know why everybody's getting a heart.
It doesn't matter. It's done fine without it all this time. Doesn't matter. It's just something to have, something to look forward to, something to push the price, you know?
Yeah, I suppose, it's just another news. But it just, whenever all these news outlets are coming out and saying, oh yeah, if Bitcoin gets announced, it's going to pump in price. That, to me, that's a massive, like, it's actually going to dump.
Yeah, kind of. And also, when it gets up, like when it hit $20,000, I was kind of like, man, this kind of sucks. If this is it, this is it. I like the money making time's over now. But luckily, it fell back down, and I mean, I wouldn't mind that happening again. But if an ETF comes out, I mean, once that happens, we're gonna be like, oh, now what? That's gonna open up a whole nother. Once regulators come in and all this stuff, it might make it not so fun. We'll miss these times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because obviously there'll be people all of a sudden with millions and millions of pounds, and they can make decisions here and there. And obviously, you know.
Yeah, we'll be talking. Yeah,
I see what you mean. Yeah, it's. I remember that. So I was talking to someone about Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was at like 18 to 20,000 in between that region. And my friend was he was like, Glenn, you're never going to own one whole Bitcoin though, are you? And I was like, why not? And he was like, it's at 20k, you'll never. And for a lot of people, they will feel like that. They'll feel like, well, there's no point owning it because it's already too high. So obviously, like you say, Travis, you're right. At these sort of prices, it is achievable to think, actually, I can afford half a Bitcoin this month, and then in a couple of months' time, buy another half a Bitcoin. And then I've got one whole one. And then if the price does go up, obviously, you're going to ride that massive wave. But yeah, it will be.
And I think no matter how much you have, you'll always be like, I wish I bought more. But
that's true.
Having one Bitcoin is definitely a nice goal, you know?
But I'm saying it's a psychological barrier for some people. A lot of people say to me, just through like friends and family, oh, if you don't own one whole of it, then what's the point? And you're like, well, no, you can own like bits of it. And they're like, yeah, no, I'm not interested. You know, it's
we don't understand it, man. I mean, Christ, it's just keeps coming up, doesn't it? That, and people don't get it.
Yeah, but obviously, right now's the time when you could technically. I mean, for me anyway. Obviously, I'm in the UK, so when I say prices like, oh, Bitcoin's at 7k, actually for me in the UK, it's about £5,000. So then obviously I'm thinking like, oh, actually, if I really stretch myself and I really sort of save a lot of money over the next few months, I probably could buy one Bitcoin. But I know what's going to happen is that, I'm going to save up the money and it will skyrocket. I think, oh, fuck. But you know, like what am I trying to say? By the time it goes up to 20k again or something like that, I'm only going to be able to buy like 0.1 of a bit, you know, whatever it is at that time, you know. And I think, oh fuck, I wish I'd bought it a bit sooner. But now's the time to get it. You know, we're only 7k. Like a lot of people saying, oh, it's gone up, but it's still 7k.
Look, I think there's one thing you're missing, and that is that you know, we're in a trend at the moment where we're kind of looking like we're going to go down. All right. Now, people, you know, like what you're saying before about, you know, they think, oh, we don't want a little bit of it. I mean, I'm telling you, in a few years, they're going to be sick that they haven't got any at all. All right.
Yep.
The way it's going, I'm telling you now that this is where it's at. And you think that it's not going to be any cheaper than that? Tell you what, it will.
How low do you reckon it'll go?
Look, I don't want to make really stupid calls, but I mean,
I've watched a lot of videos of guys trying to justify 3k Bitcoin at the end of this year.
Look, the thing is, right, the people who are holding the big bag holders, right, when are they going to disperse them? What time are they going to fold and let them go? And I mean, we're talking Bitmain here as well. See, they got their policy at the moment. You know, their drive to expand and get the customer base by manufacturing different products and stuff you can plug in, like bloody clocks, and you understand. They're trying to, and
there's nothing wrong with those clocks, Travis. They're a piece of art. They're a piece of art for the home.
Yeah, but I'm serious. I mean, if everybody had an appliance like a radiator in their house, because they're going to be manufacturing radiators at mine soon, they give off heat, and they won't have these big fans on them at all. They'll just radiate the heat, basically. You know, like a radiator that you have at home.
Hot water heaters.
You know, and they'll be mining.
But how cool would that be? Because
hot water heaters with it.
That would be cool though, because a lot of people use heat. Like I know, like my wife, we used to use this shed as like a kids' playroom, and we used to put heaters on in here. But we used to be really conscious, like, oh, we need to turn them off because they cost so much money. But imagine if it was the other way around. You were like, leave them on because that's making us money. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And you know, it's coming. It's coming. A Bitmain of innovation will come that way. You'll get some products that comes out. It'll be a radiator for the house that has a miner.
Yeah, what was that that commercial that we talked about during the Super Bowl? Or their what was that? It was a football game.
Oh, the World Cup one. That was
Hyundai or something.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a World Cup, and then there was a commercial in there about a company that you pulled up a couple times.
Hyundai, was it?
Maybe the appliances were like talking to each other and paying for themselves. You remember that?
Yeah, and they were. Yeah, it was paying for the fridge and that. Crypto ad during.
I think it was Hyundai.
It was Hyundai.
I think it was Hyundai, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Tell you what, you know, they're good cars, you know.
Well, that's exactly what you guys are talking about right now. Appliances.
HDAC.
Yeah, Hyundai it is. Yeah, HDAC, Hyundai. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it. Yeah.
That's exactly what you guys are talking about.
Yes, they've left. I used exactly.
I only used.
I just calculated gas usage.
Oops.
HDAC.
There you go. I wonder what's happened to HDAC now. Were they ever on crypto coin market cap? Let's have a look. HDAC. Oh yeah, look, they are. Let's see what they're worth now. They're worth 5 cents, and they've steadily decreased since they came out. Bit like Envian. Wow. It looks exactly like Envian graph.
Oh God, here we go.
Let's have a look at where is Envian. I haven't checked Envian for ages.
There was a rumor that Nice Hash was paying people out. It was compensating them. Something I heard that.
What, for the hack that they had earlier on this year?
I think so. Yeah.
I know that they were trying to pay people back their money back, but I didn't know they were paying any compensation or anything. Let's have just a catch up. So, a random gamer dude, he's in. Hello, thanks for joining, mate. He's a regular in the show. Crypto Head said, "Are they falling, losing money?" I know. I think he's referring to Bitmain there. Bitmain. I'm interested actually, Travis, because you brought up about Bitmain having a massive bag of obviously Bitcoin, but according to their IPO statement that they released, they actually don't hold that much Bitcoin anymore. They converted it all into Bitcoin Cash. That's why they got so much of it.
That's why they're getting fucked. They're getting fucked at the moment, Bitmain.
No,
that's why, you know.
You see, they got a plan.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna get out of the hole, all right.
They have
oh, if you guys,
both sides.
Sorry, have you guys heard about this Bitcoin Cash fork?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we're discussing that as well. I'm laughing about it.
Actually, what about it?
I don't know too much about it. Who knows much about it? Do you know much about it, Travis or Russell?
I was talking with someone today about it, and we're laughing about it.
What's it? What are they looking to hard fork into?
Bitcoin SB. That's the name of it.
Bitcoin SB.
Yeah, SB. Yeah.
Bitcoin Cash hard fork. Let's have a little look. And what's the reason behind this? It seems like, because obviously the person who's going to benefit from this is Bitmain, because they're going to get 1 for 1, I assume. So they're going to get fucking 1 million of whatever this new coin is. So it makes me wonder if they're behind it themselves. Speculation.
I wonder if Coinbase is going to be another thing like.
Oh yeah, Coinbase will get 1 for 1 as well, and all the exchanges and that, they'll all profit from it, won't they?
Some of them, a lot of the new exchanges pay now. You know, they'll pay you your forks. That's if you have any Bitcoin in any exchanges. Like I have like small amount of Bitcoin I can't take out on like hit BTC, and I keep noticing these random same amount of random other Bitcoin forks that are appearing in there, and the same with Bittrex, which I don't use anymore.
According to this article, which was updated 1 day ago, it says here, Dr. Wright is attempting to set the record straight. He said on Twitter that Bitcoin SV will not be a separate fork and there is no Bitcoin Cash split. Instead, Bitcoin SV is designed to operate as a competing miner to ABC, as per the white paper on hash power. He has responded on a statement issued by cryptocurrency exchange CoinEx, which released a statement on Bitcoin Cash fork claiming that Bitcoin SV lacks a certain protection mechanism that could trigger asset loss and urging traders to deposit their Bitcoin Cash on the exchange. So I assume that's a dig at Bitmain, surely, because obviously they have such a large holding.
What, of coins?
Well, yeah, I mean, if Bitmain went down, like Bitcoin Cash would be fucked, wouldn't it?
Well, it's fucked anyway, yeah. So's Litecoin, really.
You reckon?
Yeah, the $30 Litecoin is possible. I told you 50 the other week, and then look what happened.
Let's have a look. Where is Litecoin currently? Because I'm off the screen.
If you got down there, you see them dumping that fucking coin they've got on Bitmain's wallets. You have to go check the wallets that Bitmain have got, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's last time I looked, about a couple of months ago, 450,000 coins.
Let's have a look.
Is it is it? I did not. Maybe I've forgotten now how much. Maybe it was dollars. 400. It was a lot of dough, right? It's a hell of a lot.
So this is the list of what they've published. So according to this, as of, I think they only announced what they had the first quarter. They haven't announced what they had in the second and third quarter this year. But as of the 31st of March, there's actually 3 different graphs here, but they're saying they hold over 1 million Bitcoin Cash, 22,000 Bitcoins, 930,000 Litecoins.
There you go. I thought I've told you it was about 400,000-500,000, didn't I? That was a few months ago.
They own 300,000 Dash, and they have 1,000 Ethereum. So they must have massive faith in Ethereum.
Right. Well, you know where it's going, then, don't you? Definitely going to go south.
I mean, that's according to this. I mean, obviously, I don't understand the 3 graphs all in Chinese. But in the third column, it says that they only have 51,000 Litecoin. I don't know if that's what they mined in that quarter, but then it's the same quarter. I don't actually understand what this graph means, actually. These
Do they
figures.
have any Dogecoin?
No.
It's safe. No.
I think, you know something. You can do a good spin on that. I think there's a place for it.
What, Dogecoin?
Doge right next to Litecoin and Bitcoin, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about
think
this.
It's like the pennies.
Yeah, I done that Doge Ethereum video, and I was thinking after I'd done that video, I was thinking, Dogecoin seems to be taking the place in my mind of Litecoin. I'm looking at Bitcoin and then Dogecoin as the currencies going forward, but I don't know. I've never thought that before. I only thought it yesterday. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, I've always liked Dogecoin. It's been around for a long time, and during this whole dip, it pretty much stayed about the same price. Same with Bitcoin. It held just as strong, you know.
Well, Dogecoin is currently up 105% in the last 7 days.
Go Doge, go.
Yeah, and it was up way more than that. It's gone down. That's just probably where it's gonna sit for a while.
Everybody loves a Doge, man. Everybody.
Well, there's no haters on it except for people that have no idea. Because I do see random people like, oh, look at buy Dogecoin like as a joke. I'm like, yeah, buy Dogecoin, you might actually make some money. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
What's happened to Dash? Jesus.
Dash, you know what? This same thing happened last year. Dash, except for it happened about a month, like maybe in September, October. But Dash just did this huge run up for like a few days, like, and then it did it again like a month later, and it's doing that right now. It's like I almost knew I wanted to buy it, but I was like, I don't think it's gonna do that. But it kept going and going, and of course I did buy it. You never know that it's gonna keep going, you know.
That's funny actually, because obviously now we're going to have a lot more experienced people, because obviously a lot of people like me got into cryptocurrency sort of, let's say September last year onwards. So they're coming up for, me in particular, obviously I've been in crypto a year now. So there will be projects that you look at and think, nah, I'm not investing in them because, I don't believe in the team behind it or whatever. But imagine the people, let's say Bitcoin goes on a big run and new people come into it again. It's going to start the cycle again, because they're going to come in and go, oh, what the fuck is Cardano? That's up 50%. God, I want to get some of that. And then, or whatever.
Those cheap hot altcoins will start hitting again.
It'll start a cycle again.
The load up.
I think we're going to start putting videos up again.
Well, you know what? What's funny, I mentioned this to Russell. Like I noticed that like when Dogecoin was pumping, all the other coins that were very cheap were pumping too. Readycoin, Scicoin, all these real cheap coins were pumping at the same time. Dogecoin just got the most of it.
Cheap
but Readycoin was pumping too.
It's number 22, isn't it?
Yeah, what happened with someone posted?
I think it's worthy of a closer look. That
What did you say?
I'm serious about that. I'm thinking about it. I'm going to take a closer look at that.
There was I was watching a video by a lady called Sky Talks Crypto. She has a YouTube channel, and I remember watching one of her videos ages ago, and she had she's an Aussie. 5,000 followers. Now she's got like 18,000. So I thought, oh god, she's gone I've become well popular. Well, anyway, she was talking loads about Ripple's apparently Ripple price pumps and dumps in cycles, and if you look at the last 2 pumps, it's due for another one. So she was saying, I'm not saying when, but Ripple's going to really pump over the next few days, and or not a few days, sorry, going forward. And then even me, after all this, what I've been saying, oh yeah, I don't believe in any of the other coins now, it's all about Bitcoin. Even I was watching a video going, oh shit, I better get some Ripple. And then I thought about it, only a split second, and then I thought, no, what am I talking about? I don't want no Ripple. But it's easy how, new people coming into the space will be watching potentially people like me or other YouTubers, and being swayed one way or the other because they don't really know anything about crypto.
Well, the point is that everybody says, do your research and everything, right? But I mean, like, just take Dash for instance. There's a 92% drawdown on that from the high, a 92% drawdown. As I say,
a lot of them actually are down.
It was quite valuable at one time. You know what I mean? And being used, But,
I was looking at the cryptocurrencies the other day, like I am now. I don't know if you guys can see my screen or not, but you could see when I checked it at this particular time, I think it was either yesterday or the day before, everything was green. It was green most of the way down. But then when you actually click on it and actually obviously convert it into Bitcoin, because if you're new to this crypto space, when you try and sell these coins, the process you're going to go down is converting them from whatever you've got to Bitcoin, and then sending your Bitcoin to an off-ramp like Coinbase or something like that, and converting it back into your fiat money. So by the time that happens, really, that's the process you're going to go down. So looking at what your coin's worth against US dollars is really irrelevant, because you're going to convert it to Bitcoin, and really you just need to know what the Bitcoin to US dollar amount is. But when you actually look at what these coins have gained against Bitcoin, I clicked on it, and like I have just now, just a sea of red. So like, people really need to wake up and think, actually, I need to stop checking it. Obviously, we all do it. I do it. I do it as a quick glance, like, oh, Dash is up today, or Litecoin's up today, and just as a quick reference. But I recently keep checking now what things are up against Bitcoin, and you see a lot of them down. But when you look at US dollars, they're like 20% up, and you think, oh, that's good. But then you go on the Bitcoin price, which is what you're going to convert into to get your US dollar, and they're down. They're down like 8%. So you were better off holding Bitcoin at that time. So yeah, that's what I've been thinking the last couple of days.
Yeah, it's you got to be very, very careful.
Until obviously there's more off ramps for, say, like IOTA to US dollar, then you can honestly say, like, yeah, I'm going to convert my IOTA into US dollars. That's the price you need to look at. But currently, from what I understand, there's not that many off ramps to get your cryptocurrency without converting it into Bitcoin first.
Tether. Converting it into Tether.
Yeah, I've never done that, actually. Do you guys ever convert your Bitcoin into Tether?
No.
Yeah.
All
the time.
Do you?
The trouble is, as I said before, I mean, what they're doing, it's cash paper, isn't it?
I try to hold it in Tether while it goes down, if I can.
Yeah.
I'm trying this other one. But I don't know if it's going to work like I planned it. But they have this other one called NSD. It's a stable coin. I noticed when everything starts trading, you can get this coin for like 98 cents. And then whenever
NASDAQ coin.
Yeah. What is it?
NASDAQ coin.
I don't know. Maybe. It's N with USD after it.
Oh, NUSD. Sorry.
Yeah.
NUSD.
So I was thinking like I could catch it early and make a couple of percent on the way down. Just a 0.0, a couple cent on every dollar down.
Yeah.
But then you have to. I bought it, but you have to wait for it, because if you buy it too early, then you're gonna buy it for 98 cents and then sell it for, or buy it for 99 cents and sell it for 98 cents or something like that. While everything's going up. So you have to be able to time the market. It's like with anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I just don't see the point, because I use Coinbase, and I can convert my Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ethereum or Bitcoin Cash if I wanted to, obviously back into Bitcoin at any point. Takes a split second, and then I can convert it into British pounds, and I can sit there and just wait until I think, yeah, Bitcoin's going to rise now, and then convert it back into Bitcoin. I don't see why you need these stable coins. Surely you would just, a stable coin is your currency in your country, surely?
I guess I'm just using it as something. I don't trust it. I'm only temporarily using it.
I don't get it. I don't get it because, you know, they're saying like, oh yeah, this coin is backed by $1, yeah? But what happens if fucking your US dollar's going down in price? It's still going to say that your coin's worth $1, but that US dollar's going to be worth less compared to Bitcoin when you buy back. I just don't get it. Why not just convert that into your US dollar? Unless you're using some exchange that you cannot convert your money.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
random gamers talking about this this Dogecoin scam.
Yeah, let's have a little look. So the guys in the comments are saying a random gamer dude says Dogecoin is life. Zaya said, what's the best pool to mine with a Z9 Mini? John, you're probably better off at answering that, as I don't think any of us have got one other than you.
Yeah, I already did. Right underneath that, I told her that either prohashing.com or
I haven't read that far down.
I think Flypool's pretty good too.
Flypool's the one that you said you can mine whatever coin you want, but you tell them what coin you want it converted into, and they do it for you.
No, that's prohashing.com.
Sorry, prohashing.com.
Yeah.
And why have you decided to go for the Flypool one?
I think prohashing.com is a good, like maybe your number one pool, because you can, like I said, you can pick whatever coin you want to mine and then turn it into whatever coin you want to get paid out in. And then as your second pool,
do they sting you on the exchange rate and the fees and stuff by doing that?
And I wouldn't say they sting you, but the fees are a little higher just because they do the transaction for you right on the spot.
Yeah.
But I think it's overall, I think it's worth it because you don't have to deal with.
Yeah, well, at some point you're going to have to do that yourself, aren't you? Unless you really want to keep Z Classic, you're going to have to mine it, send it to somewhere else, convert it into Bitcoin, then send it back to your wallet that you feel that's safe. So then you're going to pay fees all along those ways.
Yeah, and then I use Flypool as my secondary pool when prohashing goes down, so that way that it's got a good return on it, and Flypool does.
Okay, cool. I will let you guys know that once I get my Z9 Minis here up and running, we will be doing videos talking about that and comparing them, and I will change and see which one offers the best returns, as well as obviously service, I suppose, if you like.
If we can hear you while you're doing it.
No,
just live stream the whole thing. This is
like Bitglen.
The Heathrow in the shed. You hear it, man. I'd be ready to take off and do someone else's garden, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, that could happen, but luckily we're going into winter now, so the heat should be all right. And I am going to be putting, like I said before, I'm going to be putting, like, you know, when you go into I don't know if you have it in America, but in the UK, when you go into a bathroom, normally when you turn your light on, like an extract fan will start off, and it will obviously suck out any hot air or moisture.
No,
and
we
stuff
don't.
Like that.
We don't have lights or fans in America.
No? Oh, okay. In the dark ages.
Yeah, we do.
Mate, I don't know. I go to some countries and they're not even allowed to.
Here in America.
And isn't it Florida where you're not allowed to put the toilet roll once you've wiped your ass down the toilet?
I don't know. Possibly.
No, like, I'm being serious. I think you have to wipe your ass and then you put it in a bin next to the toilet. You don't actually. You're not allowed to put it down the toilet because it clogs up there.
Yeah, it's in Japan.
Well, I know, like in some countries, they have those little machines, like that spray your ass. You don't actually even use tissue.
Christ, man. It's pretty deep, isn't it?
What is it called?
Getting all anal now.
Yeah, those are called bidets, and I think they originate from
bidet.
I wouldn't use it. I think they have. Don't they have public? Those. Fuck! I forgot it already. Bidet. Don't they have public? Don't they have public bidets? Isn't that kind of gross? I don't know.
I think we've gotten off topic here, gents.
All right.
No way. Are you saying this conversation shit?
No.
Keep him coming with the jokes. A random gamer dude said, speaking of Dogecoin, have you have you ever heard of Doge Miner? It was a big scam that pretended to be a cloud mining site, and then they disappeared with over 700,000 Dogecoin.
700,000.
Which
like half a Bitcoin.
Which would be worth about $7, I believe.
It's not that much. I think it's probably more like 7 billion. 700 billion would make more sense, but
because I think Dogecoin has a total supply of like 116 billion, if I remember correctly. Is it trillion?
Billion.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then it's 1 million, 10, 100 million. No, it's 115 or just under 116 billion.
Billion. Okay, so they must have told 700 million then. Is that what he said? What did he say?
It says 700,000 on there. Maybe a gamer dude can clarify that.
Still, well.
John's commented saying, "Holy crap! I missed that." To be honest
with you, at that time, Dogecoin was worth like a lot more too during that scheme.
Oh right, yeah. Actually, yeah, Dogecoin was worth. I was looking at it the other day. If you actually look at the graph, and I was thinking, you know, if this happened again, which I know you could say with most of the cryptocurrencies, but at one point, Dogecoin was worth 1.5 cents, I believe it was, or just over 1.5 cents, which doesn't sound a lot. And this is my point. With coins like this, it is quite easy for them to pump like 100% because people look at it and go, oh, it's still only worth, you know, not even 1 cent yet. So it's quite easy for that to happen. And we saw that happen literally 2 days ago. Oh no, a random gamer dude said, oh, I meant 700 million. Yeah, that's...
I was going to say, they got screwed out of that deal. At that time, there were like thousands and thousands of Ponzi schemes going on.
Yeah.
Just, like some of them were popular, some of them weren't. Like ones that got real popular were like Chain Group and Laser Online and obviously Bitconnect and BitPetite or something online or something like that. And Dogecoin mining, there was a ton of mining sites that was one of the Ponzi schemes. Trading bots and mining sites were like the big hot thing from like September till like December, pretty much. That's when they all started, and most of them would offer like 10% daily. They would last about a month, and most people got burned because they couldn't help but reinvest. You know, you're making all this money. You know.
I was watching another video the other day. I think it's from Peter at Decentralized TV, and he was talking about cloud mining sites, and he was being really like abrupt with it, and he was saying, look, if you signed up to a cloud mining site, you're lazy. Like you basically giving a company money, which obviously I'm guilty of as well. I mean, I was watching it thinking, oh, he's directly talking to me personally. But, you know, he was saying like, you know, you're just lazy because you're not actually inputting anything into the algorithm, the system, the coin. You're not helping stabilize anything. You're just giving a company money and you're hoping, fingers crossed, that at some point you get more money back. And that's essentially all you're doing. And I mean, those cloud mining sites are perfect, really, for Ponzi schemes. Like, because it is, that is what mining is. You're buying a machine to hopefully one day, you know, no one's like, oh, I'm really happy I'm helping Bitcoin stabilize. You know, people are doing it because they're thinking, oh, I hope I generate more coin than I could buy.
And most of the people that make money are the ones that use the referral link or the very first people. Like, and that's how those Ponzi schemes work. Like there was a lot of YouTubers pumping them all the time, and then they would disappear because they would have to. If they would get hated on so bad because these people would just start dropping. Like, I mean, even look at Hashflare. Like, if Bitcoin didn't exist and it was like 10 years ago, and we were like, hey, would you look at this website? Would you want to give them $10,000 right now? Would you give them $10,000? Looking at their website, would you give them $10,000? Not just looking at the quality of it as a company.
Yeah,
you know?
Their website looks like an amateur website, doesn't it?
Yeah. So now they add this, like, you know, these little payments and like, yeah, we're giving you this money slowly. Like, and all of a sudden, like, people are willing to give them $50,000. You know what I'm saying? So why, you know?
Yeah, I completely agree with you there, and obviously, I've got to put my hands up because I did do videos with Hashflare and a referral link. I tried my best, and to be as honest as I could, I said this is a referral link. Don't use it. Just go through Google yourself. Make sure you do your own research. So I tried to be as neutral as I can, but obviously, at the time, I was thinking, yeah, I want more hash power. And that's all I was thinking. I weren't even thinking, oh, I can make money doing YouTube videos.
That's what they want. That's what they want you to think, really. I mean, that's how they work.
Yeah.
There's these other Ponzi schemes that are popping up that aren't even in crypto with these like vitamin companies and everything. Have you seen them? They're like getting huge right now. They're getting ready to collapse. Like they'll take some heat. Actually, they'll probably talk about them with BitConnect if there's ever like a 2020 on that place. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. But
no, I've not heard of anything to do with vitamins.
They're like these like better life like supplements type fucking.
Are you talking about Amway?
Amway, maybe. There's all kinds of them. There's like Herbalife or something like Herbal. And like,
yeah, I've heard of Herbalife.
Yeah, and like and it's like you get people to sign up, and you get what they get, and it's like, and no one's buying the fucking vitamins and shit. And they have these huge meetings. You look at it, you're like, wow, BitConnect all over it. You look at these they're like, money, money, money. You know, I made.
Show me the money.
Our bonus is. I don't know. You got to watch the video, but it is. It's like BitConnect all over it.
A random gamer dude said, not trying to promote their new scam, but their new one is actually Litehash. Check it out, see what their scam looks like.
No.
Litehash.
Not even worth it.
Litehash is a scam. Is the first thing that comes up on Google.
Yeah, usually like those, they'll have the next search will be scam.
I'll tell you what though, their website looks pretty flashy.
Well, now they're starting to catch on to this whole like, all right, people aren't gonna just invest in any. It's gotta look good. Like they gotta make it look really good.
You have to pre-order contracts with them, and it says Litecoin cloud mining contracts. The US first Litecoin cloud mining. Is that true? I swear Hashflare do. Oh, I suppose they're not in the US, so
you gotta pre-order cloud mining contracts
to line Litecoin.
That just sounds like,
which we all know, Litecoin mining is the most profitable mining there is.
They get to do whatever they want with your money until whenever, and then they start just rolling a counter for a certain amount of time. That's all they have to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of scams out there which oh no, actually this is another website called lighthash.cc, not .com. Yeah, and it does look pretty shit website. But apparently their average profit per year is 1,800%. Get in the Litehash. Says here that you can mine. Earning rate is 5% a day.
A lot of the CC sites are scams. I noticed they can. I don't know. It's like they'll accept all that crap. Whoever that
Crypto Cali says all the sites that are .cc is scams. The same day they shut down, they rebrand and start over again.
Yeah, that's what I'm responding to. That message. I guess I should have read it.
A random gamer dude said they're an exit scam on 5 different websites at this point. This one is bound to end as well. Yeah, I think anyone should, and this is me. Obviously, I started this channel up, and I made the decision to either go down the mining hardware route or the cloud mining route, and I chose cloud mining, and I wish I didn't. But then that's obviously me vlogging my journey. I would imagine that's how a lot of other people's journeys went off. And I can honestly say, standing here today, a year later, don't invest in any cloud mining sites. And I'm even debating now whether to invest in any mining at all, because GPUs, the new ones that are coming out, are really expensive. The return on investment on GPUs is really bad. The ASIC mining machines seem to be getting more and more expensive and less profitable. The electric cost, the noise, I'm starting to think, do you know what? I should have done what PJ said, which it pains me to say that because he's not here, bless him. But he told me, Glenn, don't buy any machines, just buy Bitcoin, hold on to it. And I thought, I should have listened to him.
That's what my strategy is, because, well, for one, and a lot of people didn't buy the miners. They took the cloud mining because they don't have the money to buy that. They can jump in with $20. And if they started this time last year, which is right when Hashflare changed their 1-year contracts, they could have put $20 in, and that $20 would have probably by January would have gotten to probably like $50 or $60. You know what I mean? Maybe even 100. I don't know. But they also probably would have seen it rising and put more money in. So for people that don't have a whole bunch of money to spend right up front, or even a way to, or any knowledge, or even, low income people, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in that boat because obviously at the time the Antminer S9s were going for like $3,500, and you couldn't get them anywhere. They were sold out everywhere. So obviously I had about $1,500, or I actually had 1,600, I remember. And I chose to give it to cloud mining, which obviously I regret now. And I wish that I had started got a GPU mining rig and started off like that. And probably the YouTube channel would have been a lot more successful. I would have gained a lot more knowledge. I probably wouldn't have seen a return on investment, if I'm being honest, because I've compared it to other people. Like when I was chatting to JMS, and I was saying, JMS, do you wish that you didn't buy the S9? And he was like, yeah, I'm looking to sell it and no one wants it. I can't sell it. And he turned his off. And so then I think, oh, he's in the same boat as me, but mine's cloud mining, his was physical mining. So yeah, it's a strange one. I'm starting to think that the best way is to buy Bitcoin, sell it on days when it skyrockets, buy back in when it's dipped quite a bit.
That's what I'm trying to do now, and I used to try to do that like on a daily level, and then I just realized you might make a little here and then lose a lot here, or make a little, and then once you stop paying attention, and then you have to stay consistent with it. And if you stop paying attention for a little bit, you could lose a lot. So now I'm just doing this like kind of 3-week kind of thing. I notice it kind of changes up every 3 weeks or so. You know what I mean?
Well, you mean you're only buying or selling Bitcoin or converting it into money, like stable coin or US dollars, once every 3 weeks?
So, like, roughly, it's not always. Like, sometimes I do a little early, because sometimes these little pumps they're fake outs. They only last 3 days. You know what I mean? Then it just drops back down. But sometimes they go on for 3 weeks, sometimes a month.
Well, actually, that's what I was hoping was happening at the moment, because obviously Bitcoin has gone from 6,000 to 7,000, and I thought, hopefully that'll drop back down. And like I say, it stabled at 7K, and I thought, oh no, this is going to go up more from here, and it has. It's almost touching 7,300. And I'm thinking, oh shit, is this going to keep going up? I mean, it's going up as we've been talking, only by a few dollars, but I think, oh shit, I don't get money till Tuesday. Well, actually, I was going to use Bitcoin, the money I get on Tuesday, and I've talked about this. I probably shouldn't talk openly about my finances, but hey ho. I get money on Tuesday, and I was going to buy some Bitcoin with it and hope that Bitcoin goes up. But now I'm going to have to use that money to pay DHL.
Oh, wow.
So that's a bit of a bummer.
It might work out. Like there's going to be. We just went up and up. Like, I don't know. It's got to be a correction, I think. I just don't know if it's going to be like a big correction or a small correction, or if it's going to be, we're like kind of on a small uptrend, but I don't know. We're going to hit a small downtrend some point. I think overall we're on a downtrend still. I think that's what I think 10,000 is like confirmation we're in the bull market. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean the last sort of bull run was didn't it go up to, was it 8K, 8.5K, and then it dropped back down to 6K after that.
See, that was like a 3 week or 4 week uptrend. You know what I mean? That's like a small wave, one of the smaller waves. I'm trying to. I guess that's kind of how I look at it. Like these small, like there's like the 5-minute waves, the hour waves, the 6-hour waves, and the 1 hour, the day waves, and the week waves, and the month waves. I try to play like somewhere between the 7-day and the 1 day, and usually that comes around 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To be honest, I mean, I think if you've got the money there to do that sort of thing, then that's great. I'm just trying to buy Bitcoin whenever I can. So if I get $100 and Bitcoin's at 10K, I'll buy it that day. Because otherwise, I'll spend that money. My wife will spend the money, or the kids, and then I'll be like, oh fuck, I should have bought it when it was 10K, because now it's 100K.
Well, I just say, is it a good time to buy Bitcoin? I can buy Bitcoin right now. Is it a good time to buy? Regardless of it, whether the money's going to be there or not, I just ask myself time to buy. And if you say no, it's really high. Like we just went up like 15% in a day.
I buy Bitcoin every single day.
Really?
Well, if you're mining it, you're buying it like little bits every.
Well, because everything I mine I turn it directly into Bitcoin. So I'm accumulating Bitcoin every day.
Yeah, you're doing the ultimate dollar cost average of Bitcoin, like the most ultimate way of doing it. You're literally buying it every second.
I gotta get that Bitcoin.
He's on that Bitcoin hustle.
Well, that's just the way I do it, because I've gotten a bonus before, and it was a bad time to buy, and I just like bought more than I needed to, and then it went down, and it just dropped way down to like 25% of what I bought that time. You know what I'm saying? So it was just stupid to buy. I could have just said, I mean, even if I spent the money on a bunch of crap, I would be better off. You know what I'm saying? So
well, you're talking about a short term, like gain or loss, aren't you?
Yeah, that's a short term.
I mean, if you bought exactly a year ago today, which I'm looking at the 1 year chart, Bitcoin was exactly a year ago today. I think today's September the 2nd, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So exactly a year ago today, it was $4,500. And now obviously we're at 7,000. So it's not double, but it's it's 40% increase. But we still think of it as, like you said, oh, we're in the downtrend, and a lot of people feel like that because obviously we've seen that 20K ride. But if you think of Bitcoin as a long-term investment, then it steadily is always on the up.
Yeah,
that's right.
Well, yeah,
that's the way I think of it.
Oh, and actually, something I wanted to talk about. I don't know if there's an actual name for this, but I was watching a video by, I was watching a crypto trader, but he had a load of guests on there, and they were all talking about the state of Bitcoin and whether we're in a bull market or bear market. And there was a guy in there who was actually in that film, the Bitcoin film. I can't remember what the Bitcoin film is, but he was in it, and so he's been there from the beginning. He was the one who sort of helped Bitcoin get approved by the New York and state and stuff. Anyway, he was saying that Bitcoin will always have bubbles like the one we had last year. And the reason for that, he was saying that you can't have something that steadily increases at 10% year on year without people getting excited and pumping loads of money into it, because they're all thinking, shit, I want 10% every month or every year. So therefore, obviously, that rise goes up even faster. And then obviously people think, oh yeah, I'll cash out now, or oh, I'm not getting 10% like I used to, and they sell out and it will die down again. And he said that's going to continuously happen. And he said, you know, that Bitcoin over a long period of time is always on the up, but you will always see bubble patterns.
The 10% is in there somewhere, basically.
Well, you know, if I said to you, like, this glass, because that's the only thing I've got to hand, is going to go up in value, who wants to buy one? You know, all of a sudden there's going to be like one person will buy it, but then all of a sudden like 5 people want to buy it, and then 10. And even if I said, yeah, well, it's going to go up in value, but it's going to take 5 years, then people, oh, actually, I'm not in it for the 5-year game. I'll sell my cut back. You know, do you see what I mean? And obviously, it's going to go down in value. But over a long period of time, see, I'm doing my hand movements again now. I wish I had my little drawing app. But I don't know. I thought that was really interesting, actually. He was saying, you know, anything that goes up in value, and he said, you're looking at, like, Bitcoin can go up 10% in a day, in a month, or, you know, whatever. Anything that rises in value like that, you are going to see bubbles because everyone wants to jump in. He said, and people jump out and they'll wait. And he said, obviously, if you look at Bitcoin, say it goes from 7K to 10K, people start psychologically thinking, shit, I'm missing out on this. I need to get back in again, or I need to tell my friends about this. And then all of a sudden it starts to rise up again very steeply. And then everyone says, oh, it's just a bubble. It's going to crash. It's going to die and all that. And then obviously it dies off.
So they start freaking out and they sell. They're like, all right, I'm done. I think this is enough. I'm taking my, you know, they see their $100 turned into like 500. They're like, all right, that's cool, or whatever, you know, whatever their amount is. And some people, like I work out here in North Carolina. It's out in the country, and there was this random, and this is when Bitcoin was about 4,000. There was this random truck driver that showed up, and I had actually used some Bitcoin on a Paxful to order pizza because I could get $8 to the dollar. I could get $8 worth of Domino's. So, but I had to spend a minimum of $10. So I had to get $80 worth of Domino's. So I ordered food for everybody, like at the shop. And this truck driver pulls up, and I was like, "Yeah, I ordered this with Bitcoin. Have you ever heard of Bitcoin?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I bought this Ethereum." And this Bitcoin, and I was like, wow, how do you? He's like, he heard it on a talk radio on his truck because he's driving his truck all the time. And I was surprised this guy from Tennessee, this redneck, was all into Bitcoin. And I actually talked to him after the crash, and I was like, how are you doing with your? I was like, how are you doing? He's like, I was like, wow, did you buy more when it went up? He's like, yeah. I was like, I wish I knew that it was going to stop at 20,000. I would have sold myself. I didn't, you know.
So this is the key. So you were saying earlier about obviously buying and selling within a 3-week period. Now, if I put to you, actually, you should be buying and selling in a 3-month period or even 3-year period. The trick is obviously when, say my Bitcoin, I bought $1,000 worth. I bought it at $6,000, and Bitcoin rises to, say at this point, I check it and I think, oh, it's up to $32,000. That's when you've got to think, obviously you're right, you're seeing it go up every day, and that's when people get greedy. They think, oh my God, this isn't going to end, motherfucker. And it's going up and up and up and up. And then obviously as soon as it starts to dip, people panic and they're like, oh shit, this is it. This is the end of the high. And everyone sells, and obviously you see this sharp decline, and that is the trick, I think, is knowing when to actually say, do you know what, my $1,000 is turned into $5,000. I'm happy with that. I'm going to cash out now. I'll come back to it in 3 months' time. If Bitcoin's gone up to like 1.1 million, I'll think, fuck, I've messed this up. But obviously, if it's dipped back down to 10K. And then you go, right, my $5,000 now buys me half a Bitcoin in that move. I think that's the best strategy. But obviously, no one knows. That's the thing. No one knows when the high is and when the low is.
You don't know how many times I, like at 15,000, I'm like, all right, it's done. I sold it. And then I wake up at 17, and so I buy in again. And I missed that. And then I said, you know what? I'm just staying. I don't care. And then I'd wake up and it'd be 19, and then back to 17, and then back to, back down again. So like, And then I did another mistake, which I won't do anymore, which I just neglected it. You know, which a lot of people, that's when YouTube went dark for a little while. I think everyone just like, ugh, they just neglected it. So then I saw this real low. I was like, oh my God, that's so low. And I started getting interested again. And I bought some. We got back into, I think it's about, no, actually, I found you a little before that. But that was close to when I joined the Telegram. But
yeah, and I'm sure there's probably about 100 people that are going to watch this video and think, yeah, actually, that's exactly how I felt. Like that is why I was listening to, because obviously I used to say, oh, technical analysis, no one can predict where the price is going to go. And I was watching Richard Hart, and he was like, yeah, the fucking technical analysis does work. And they were like, how are you so confident at that? And he was like, because everyone's looking at the same fucking thing. Like, there's only so many people in crypto. They're all staring at the same lines. And if it looks like it's going to dip, everyone's going to think, oh, I need to sell my Bitcoin. So you know it's going to go down. He said, like, making a call on very minuscule transaction, like, will it go up by the end of today or tomorrow? It's very hard. But overall, if everyone's looking at the same line, you know, it's very easy to think what everyone else is thinking. Because you just...
They might have predicted the you might have been predicted that it was going to go up, but they might have been able to predict the 20,000 also with like some technical analysis, but I think there's certain levels, and I think it hit an unpredictable level. Like they were like, okay, we're going to predict it's going to go to 17, or whatever, and but the word got out a little bit more than they expected, and it hit the 20. You know what I mean? I think a real professional would have to be able to call the 20. I don't know when they would at some point be able to call 20, but I don't, you know, that would be nice. Like if you could have sold then, and then you down here at the bottom have that full amount that you had, and then buy back in. But another strategy that I heard like a professional does, but he has a big investments. Like I'm not making huge investments. And I'm glad, because I'm kind of practicing with smaller investments. But anyway, he said every double he takes out 10%. He cashes out 10%.
Profit.
Yeah, every double, which is gonna take a while. We're looking, you know, if you're in Bitcoin, every double it's gonna come fast, but very seldom. You know what I'm saying?
It's still better than
it's just time. You see, time frames and volume. As technical analysis does apply, you know, like we say, we're all looking at the same line. But
did you guys hear about the guy who got the Bitcoin graph, and he tagged in every CNBC Twitter post, and it worked out that they had like a 98%. They made every call right for like a year or something. Like every time they say, oh, Bitcoin's going to go up today, or it looks like Bitcoin's going to dip today, they were right every single time.
What show?
CNBC.
Let me see if I can get it up. I'll bring it up on the video.
The main show?
No, their Twitter. This was just their Twitter. So every time they tweeted that Bitcoin was going to pump or rise, or there was a news article or FUD or FOMO, whatever, it pumped or decreased the price of the coin. Let me CNBC Twitter predicts Bitcoin every time or something. Let's have a little look if I can get the graph up. I actually posted it, and there we go. Let's see if I can get the actual graph up. Here we go. So this made me laugh, but it's interesting because obviously I follow them on Twitter, and I thought, oh, next time they announce something, I'm going to fucking copy whatever they say. Yeah, you can see here every tweet that they make, that's when there's a critical point of when Bitcoin increases or decreases. You can see obviously the red one's there for negative, and the green one's for obviously positive. So like one says here, Brian Kelly says we're at the beginning of the next Bitcoin bull run, and then it shot right up in price. Classic. And then they announced like a little while later, should we have another Bitcoin funeral? And then it like massively tanked in price. So it's
we got mixed opinions about where it's going to go. I think. I think we've seen sufficient this last sort of month, and I think we should be ready for more. And that's my summary. I mean,
Russell, I thought you were going to show some.
I did. I put them in the Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I can't post them in I can't post them in YouTube.
What, do you want me to bring them up?
You can put them in there if you want. Yeah.
What one? Do you want me to load up the first one?
Then bring it whatever you like. I'm just trying to get back into. I've got to close this bloody app here. Christ.
So come on then.
I've got to find you again.
So you posted this image that says "Get fucking long."
Yeah, that's it. Get fucking long. You know.
Is that the Tether deposit into Bitfinex today?
Well, I heard about it. I didn't see any activity on the wallet. I don't know if it's anything else. I got a wallet address, but it wasn't there. It didn't move from there.
Those things are so funny. It's like,
get long, dude. Get fucking long.
Oh, I tell you, these guys are whirlpool. Jesus, get fucking long. I think they made a song over it. Jesus.
Yeah, no, I heard that. Like, get long. I forget how he says it.
A random gamer dude said, "Can I get a link to the Discord?" Yes.
Pop down and look in the description below the box.
Invite people. Oh, hang on. Invite friends. No, how do I get the link? Set this link to never expire. Hidden. Use copy button. Your invite link expires in 1 day. Oh. What's the link?
Oh, that's cool. That is cool, though. That way you don't get random people down the road.
Okay, let's try that then. Invite people. Copy.
I mean, obviously, some of us have. We pick out. I mean, like earlier when we originally decided, when we were doing the show, decide when people were going to talk. If other people do want to come in, yeah, great, wonderful. To hear some other people. I don't really see many people in Discord. I usually hear.
Hey, gents, I'll be right back.
Okay, mate.
All right.
So let's have a little catch up with the people in the live chat. So we have got at Bitcoin Jake 09. I don't think I've seen you on here before, Jake. So thanks for joining. He said, "Have you seen Dogecoin?" Yeah, I turned $30 into $1,000 with ADA. Bought before it blew up at 4 cents. Sold near $1. John said, "Nice to that." He said, "I also heart Bitcoin Core, which is BTCC."
I don't know why he's saying that. I would think that's just regular Bitcoin, right?
I assume so. Curious if ADA will pump at all when Bittrex add US dollar pairs. I think any coin that gets any sort of US dollar pair generally has an uptick.
Wait to hear some news about coin at the moment.
I haven't seen any coin pump because of any pairs lately. In the last 6 months, I haven't seen any pump, and only Ethereum Classic being added to Coinbase have I seen a pump in a coin because of a pair, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're in this obviously bear market. Obviously, once we're in a bull run, if you like. Soon as there's any sort of news, then those coins pump, didn't they? Like, even if it was like, oh, someone on Twitter, like, what's his name? John McAfee's an awesome example. All we had to do was tweet saying, my favourite coin today is shit, like up the arse coin, and all of a sudden that would pump. That's all it took. Just one tweet.
Yeah.
Now we're getting we're getting decent coins adding to the biggest exchanges in the world, and they're not even pumping for it. And you're like, what?
Yeah, I just wonder. Oh, there he is. He's here. I just wonder. I lost my train of thought now. I
Yeah, I mean, we get like that, don't we? But I mean, we're pretty educated here now. Look, we're right at the forefront. No, we're at the forefront here.
Going on. I'm reading all the comments over here and this and that. And I'm trying to listen.
Yeah, I was just adding that the discussions we're having. You know, sometimes it gets really deep, and you know, like I say, there's a great deal going on. This is a very exciting time right now.
Yeah,
it really is. You know, I think in the next couple of weeks there's going to be some serious damage done.
I've never heard Crypto Cali's asking about thoughts on an eye center. I've never heard of that.
What's your thoughts on eye center? I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it, mate. Eye center.
Is eye center a scam? That's usually a big red flag that it is a scam if that's its first search.
Yeah, the eye in front of it. Anything with an eye in front of it is a scam.
Relax and watch your bitcoins grow with total peace of mind. Yeah, it sounds like an absolute scam.
It's an app, isn't it?
A random gamer dude says, iCenter seems cool, but I have my suspicions. Anything that says, send me Bitcoin and we will increase your value, just hold the Bitcoin yourself. Like,
you know what, random gamer?
I tried it at 11.4.
If you're gonna go on these hype sites, random gamer, the best thing that I can recommend you is there's a site called hypemonitor.com, and I mean, some people say that even the hype monitors are being controlled by the hypes, but if you go to the hype monitor, you can see which ones are doing better. But that's the only thing that I could say. I wouldn't recommend investing in any one of those. You'll lose. You're most likely going to lose all your money that you put in.
So this hype monitor, what? It's a website where it tells you.
It is so fucking flashy with all like it is so cheesy because it's all advertised out. But yeah, it just has all the list of all the hottest hypes that are paying.
Do you know what the website is? I'm on hypemonitor.io. Is that the right one?
I don't know. Let me see.
We're looking for it now.
Not that we're recommending or endorsing this in any way.
There's a bunch of them, but either way, it just shows which ones are paying and which ones are like it might say waiting because sometimes they make you wait for the payment. So like the web, it's people that, and really what it is those things are referral links. So it's kind of like, you know, they're taking advantage of the scams. They're probably making money off the scams, but they're also informing you like, hey, this one's been going for 130 days, still paying. Risk is high. You know what I'm saying?
There was something in the Telegram.
But that's what I mean, I wouldn't even.
Oops. That's interesting. I mean,
I went down this road. What happened was there was this one that came out called Aurora Mine, and my cousin showed it to me, and he thought it was legit, and this was before all these hypes. And I was like, oh, and it gave you free hash power, so I let it go for like 3 days, and then finally I just said screw it, I'll put $5 in, and then I was able to pay myself. I was like, oh my god, I put $100 in, and then I just started sharing the link with people, and some people put money in too. And the next thing, I turned my $100 into like $210, and I was like, "Oh, this is great! I made money. I basically made money on the first one, and then I put a little bit of that money in other ones and on every single one." So I stopped. I said, "That's it. They're all scams."
Yep.
Yeah.
Just buy the Bitcoin, hold on to it, maybe buy and sell it in between cycles, but. Yeah, seems like they're all scams. Crypto Cali also says ETC easily $100 when the next bull run starts coming.
What for?
For Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic. For?
Yeah, but what for? What for bloody use?
I think he's recommending iCenter. I mean, he's over at iCenter. They got scams for sale over there. I don't know. He's not gonna think. I don't know where he's getting this $100.
Yeah, full of shit, man.
I mean, if Bitcoin is worth $1 million, then all these coins, if they're still around, are going to be worth a lot. If they're
I don't think that will happen, because I think for Bitcoin to get to $1 million, it has to pass and have certain tests, like in terms of regulation and how people can get in and out of it and stuff like that. A lot of these won't meet that criteria, so they'll just be gone. Like, a lot of these other coins will just disappear, and that's my honest belief. And we're starting to see that with, like you brought up, Travis, about Yahoo Finance. That's another example. They came out and said they're going to start doing crypto finance. But they actually pointed out in specific to Ripple, and they said we won't list Ripple because they have fears of it being a security.
Security, yeah, that too. That's what they get for trying to do what they're doing.
Yeah. So, I mean, actually, this Yahoo Finance, it says it's got US dollar pairs for Bitcoin. Oh, it says, I don't know if this is the right page, actually.
What is it? I can't see it, so you have to read it. It should be Bitcoin. Ethereum,
oh, actually, it's just, I think it's just brought up a chart from a website called Crypto Compare, and it's showing US dollar worth against Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, Stellar.
Website, by the way.
Sorry?
That's a good website.
Crypto Compare. Yeah, I remember using Crypto Compare for a while back, actually. I don't know why I haven't been on there recently.
I don't know why people don't use it, but it really is good. I mean, I don't even use it anymore, but it really is.
I don't know why people don't use it, but I don't.
It's like some of the videos on YouTube.
I actually went through and put my portfolio on it, but the thing is I change it kind of so much that I don't bother to go back in there and change it and update it. But as far as like looking at market prices, like you can literally go into each coin and get its own graph, like, its own chart,
performance chart,
and watch every single buy and sell live from every exchange all at once. So you can literally watch everything live right there. So compare.
Yeah, it does have
tools.
It's got a lot of tools.
And then you can even go into like the team, like the analysis. You can go into like real deep into it with Crypto Compare. You really can.
Yeah, you can.
It's definitely.
It's good.
You can see here, Bitfinex, GDAX, XMO.
Yeah,
what percentage of exchanges are doing the most volume? What holds it? What countries are doing the most volume? Like everything,
Well, there you go. There's a pro tip there from Travis. Zia actually's asked a couple times about Bitcoin interest. He asked about, can you mine it with a Z9 Mini? And now they've also said, hi guys, Bitcoin interest is flying up today. I've heard of Bitcoin interest. I've never looked into it. I don't know anything really about it. Bitcoin interests. Do you guys know anything about it, Bitcoin interest? It's up. It's up 32% US dollar terms. It's also up 31% against Bitcoin. When it first came out, it was worth.
I think you can mine it on what's the name of that pool? Supernova. I think you can mine it on Supernova.
Supernova. According to what to mine, no, it isn't on the Equihash algorithm.
Looks like Doge is going to sit at half a penny. Just going to sit at.
I think we can see. I think we might see Litecoin do 70.
72?
70, I think. I think we're going to see 70 out of it. But I don't know about much more. And Bitcoin, I mean, I said to you 75 was if it was going to go anywhere. I saw 74 something. Well, I was right.
A random gamer dude said, Bitcoin interest, how to turn $22 into $1. Damn. He shot that down.
60, what was it? I think I said to you there, I said range between sort of 72, go down to 78, and then maybe go 70, 75, and we didn't quite make that, did we? That was today. So I think that.
So Russell, what are your calls? Where is Bitcoin going over the next couple of days?
I think what we'll see in the next couple of days, probably more of this, and maybe a pump midweek because it's the new, it's beginning of the month, and then I think in the middle of the month we're going to see some change. I think maybe you see a drop in again. And that's true. Like right across the board. I think that there's a big squeeze due on all these altcoins, and this altcoin season, is supposed to have been happening and everything, and it's not happening.
How many of these coins do you think will still be here by the end of 2018? So it's only 3/4 months away now. I wonder.
Top 100.
I mean,
a question.
Well, actually, all of them. I mean, you've got 2,000 of them on CoinMarketCap, which is mental. I remember when there was 1,400.
I mean, you can just scroll your wheel down and then point your finger at the screen. That's probably that one for sure.
But I'm saying, how many of them do you think will still be worth something by the end of this year? Do you think most of them will?
You know what? I think a lot of them will still have like value. They're just going to go down to like the one.
They'll probably just get booted off exchange as well.
They'll go down, they'll go down to 1 Satoshi, and then they'll get booted off, and you'll have nothing. You can't do anything with it. You know what I mean?
Right, you still have Satoshi value in it.
But you know what? I'm willing to bet, like way down the road, like 5 or 10 years down the road, if Bitcoin hits mainstream adoption, one of these coins, if not a couple, that are dead and gone are going to come out of nowhere. I just feel it, because you know how the dead coins. There'll be a dead coin that's totally neglected somewhere that somehow will come.
Gets resurrected. Yeah, gets resurrected.
It might even be like Bitconnect.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard about Trevon James trying to bring back Bitconnect? Have you seen that?
No, but
he so basically what he was saying is, and obviously he's making it sound like he's doing the world a justice, but I assume obviously he's just trying to pump the price so he can sell his coins. But he was essentially saying, I don't want to see Bitconnect coin, the actual currency, the coin, just go away and disappear. I want to try and help bring it back to the forefront because it is a useful.
I'll tell you what, right? He's been hanging out.
I got so many of them.
He's been trying to pump that ARB recently.
He has? He's been pumping
ARB? Yeah. Have you been seeing Country Boy? Have you been checking him out lately?
No, I didn't know that. If he's pumping ARB,
listen, he made a fucking video, right? I don't want to shout him down, Country Boy, because he's a good friend. And we are involved in a couple of things together. But the point is that he mentioned Trevon talking about getting involved and putting money into ARB.
Yeah,
and maybe he has. I don't know. He's really looking to do it because we've seen him doing so well. So,
he's still doing videos. He's done one recently called Day 490 of Bitconnect.
I mean, look at it this way, right? Let's say you're you make a ton of money off cryptocurrency, but you bought one of these currencies and you have a shit ton of them.
Yeah.
And 10 years down the road, you're loaded and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna make an exchange, and I'm gonna list this currency on here. And everyone,
whatever Trevon James is involved in, go the other direction.
It's a bit like CNBC, right?
No, CNBC. You got to follow what they say. Jeez.
Everybody's following him, man. Everybody.
That's basically what Trayvon's trying to do. He's got this huge bag, and he's probably got a bunch of Bitcoin too. Maybe, I don't know. He says he doesn't, but
I was wrong. That video was that was a few weeks ago. He actually done one week ago saying still earning 5% per month with Bitconnect. Woo! That boy, he's brave. I'll give him that. He is brave.
What is it? What is it? The staking? Is that why? how he's saying he was making it with staking?
I don't know. I haven't watched. The last video I watched was about a month ago, which was BitConnect update. But I'm shocked actually, because I would have thought that loads of people would have unsubscribed from his channel, but he seems to be going up. He's got 122,000 subscribers on YouTube now.
Oh my God!
You know, I found him real early, and the reason why I liked him, and he didn't, it was because he's from Greensboro, which is like 20 minutes away from me, right? Where I'm at. Okay. And I know, like, he's this black dude, and I know, like, he was like just worker dude, and he's just some typical black dude here that you would, and like he just became a millionaire, and I kind of like that story of it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, because I know, like, I know his struggle basically. You know what I mean? So like, and he's just like, holy shit, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't really, I don't think he really knew that this was gonna be what it was. You know what I mean? He didn't know he was gonna become a millionaire. For a little while, I don't know if he still is, but he was a millionaire. He got to feel that.
Excuse me. If you look, right, their videos of Trevon, when the BitConnect went down, about a week before it, he made a video saying that he was selling off. He was selling off, getting out of crypto. It was a week before.
Yeah, I remember. And he was saying when he was selling it.
Yeah. He said it to everybody, I'm getting out. He's right. He looked a bit off, you know?
Yeah.
It was about a week before. And
you could tell. I mean, I never had money in it, but I was watching it because it was entertaining. Because it was like Superman was starting to fight with him. It was like this whole drama thing going on. Yeah. Then Doug Polk joined the thing. It was entertaining. Yeah. It really was. But,
Crypto Cali said, yeah, he is staking them. And Zia says, sorry everyone, I'm going to sleep now. Nice chatting with you guys tomorrow. I'm going to set up my Z9 Mini. Good luck to me and Bitglen. Thanks for joining us in this live stream. I think you've been in it from the beginning, which is about 2 hours now. So thank you for that. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up before you leave. And also, if you're new to this channel, click the subscribe button. We're just talking about Trevon James there, who is a massive, massive shiller and talks about a lot of scam coins. He's got 122,000 subscribers, and I'm struggling with 1,200. So,
yeah, Zia, good luck. Good luck on setting up your Z9.
Yeah. By sounds of things, you're going to be setting your one up before mine. So, I might be coming to you for advice.
It plugged in now.
Yeah, as soon as that thing comes to the door, you better plug that thing in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, yeah, or get the U-Haul backed up to your stop loss as close as you possibly can.
You meet the guy at the door with an extension cord, like.
Yeah, that's it, man.
I'm gonna. As soon as I get my machine, it is being plugged in. It's being overclocked, and it's just gonna sit there and just. I don't know. I'm just gonna try and make as much money.
The neighbours are gonna love it.
I haven't actually got that problem. I mean, I'm chatting to you guys quite loudly now, and no one can hear me.
Yeah, they'll hear this.
You insulated it, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you can see actually above my head, it's insulated quite thickly, but then obviously I'm plasterboarding it. Plus, I'm actually at the end of a massive garden, which. Opposite this end, which is the start at the end of someone else's garden, and then left and right of me, I've literally got no one around me actually. And I was actually testing this out last night actually. So what I was doing was actually playing iTunes last night, a bit of Kanye West, obviously, and I was putting it up quite loud, and then I was going out of the crypto shed. And I was actually shutting the door and walking halfway down the garden to see if I could hear the music. And I couldn't. And I had to come back in and turn it down. Because you know when you're just paranoid that you're going to wake someone up. And this was about 11 at night. So it was dead quiet outside everywhere. So I'm really not worried about the noise of the ASIC miners in this shed. I'm really not. It's only going to affect me, obviously, doing these live videos. It's going to irritate me, obviously, if it's constantly like... So I might have to buy... A microphone that only picks up sound when it's very close, you know, like with a good muffler or whatever they call it. But anyway, that's for me to figure out. I actually ordered my green screen, which should be here within the next few days. So you may start seeing videos from me a bit like Superman, where it's just really he's floating head above, you know, the websites, and same with Crypto Daily. They all use green screens. So yeah, it cost me about 30 quid, I think. I bought it with some clips, so I can clip it up here, have it dragging down, and obviously you won't be seeing any of this in the background. So hopefully I can figure that all out by next week. Crypto Cali says I need a directional mic. Yeah, I need to look into that. When I think once these Z9s turn up, I think they're going to irritate me, especially trying to record videos. But I've noticed, actually, just on a side note, sort of going away from crypto and more onto this YouTube channel, you guys seem to have responded really well to I've done like just small update videos rather than doing like these long hour and a half 45-minute long videos. I've done sort of like 10 to 15-minute videos, and since I started doing them about 2 weeks ago, my subscriber count jumped up by about 20. My views have gone up. So you guys seem to be responding to that better, which I do understand, because when I go on to other crypto YouTubers, if their videos really over, I would say 15 to 20 minutes, it does put me off clicking on it, because I think, oh, I ain't got time to sit there and watch that. So obviously my videos being like this one's going to be 2 hours long. Really, the only people that actually get something out of it are the people that are involved in the live chat. Yeah, and like obviously you guys. Obviously people may want to watch it, and they might watch half hour here, half hour there. But it doesn't actually work out that way. If we look at my videos, how do I get them all up? If I show you what I'm talking about, what happens is my late night chat videos with you guys like this, pretty much after it's been published, it doesn't go up in views very much at all. Whereas some of my other videos do, they continuously go up in views. So people are watching them weeks later. But all the ones where they're quite long videos, like say this one here, late night chat with Team Bitglen, number 6. So the day that I released that, it got 100 views, and now it's up to 105. Whereas, say like a video I did the other day, Bitmain are stopping overclocking, that's at 240 views, and that's like obviously a lot shorter video, although it's at 42 minutes. So I don't know. I just thought, oh, obviously.
What you do is the good thing though. You do want to do some live streams, because it gets you a little more engaged.
Yeah.
But also,
so
if you do,
that's
one thing too, real quick, is that is if you get big enough and you do live streams, you can get super chats and stuff. So they kind of pay out a little better. So
well, I've got super chat now. I've had it for quite a while. I've got super chat now. If any of you want to make a donation, just click this little button here, and it asks you for your card details.
See, what happens is, what happens is you get to the point where you can't read the comments. Super chats.
So what I've noticed is a lot of crypto YouTubers or people that become big enough on YouTube, they go and do a live video, and their chat box, like my one here, obviously it's slow enough for me to read each one, and I can even take my time. Like, I'll wait for you guys to stop talking about something, and then I'll say, oh look, Crypto Cali's just said this. Once you're big enough, once you're at like, 10-20,000 subscribers, and you've got 500 people all trying to say, hey Glenn, what do you think about this, what do you think about, and it's just going up and up and up and up, eventually what happens is people think, oh, if I donate $10, my comment's going to pop up in front of Glenn for like 5 minutes. He'll have to read it. And that's what you tend to find. Like, I was watching, not that it's, a bad thing. I think it's what happens with Twitch and everything. Voscoin done a video, and he had his live chat in there, and he wasn't really, like, obviously he can't because he's got so many people commenting at the same time. But essentially what he was doing is talking what he wanted to say, and then when someone made a donation, he was looking and saying, oh yeah, thanks for the donation. Yeah, I think the Z9 minis are a good buy at the minute, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, back to my video. So he was only responding to people that were paying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you mean.
I noticed too on a lot of channels, like there's like Data Dash, like there's this guy, he comes in and he donates $50 every comment, and he's always like, oh, thank you, typical with your $50, I really appreciate that. And then there's like, the same with the Young Turks. I was randomly watching a video on the Young Turks, and there's a typical guy that always donates a certain large amount every show. He's like right on there, and they know what they expect him, and they read his comment. He's very insightful. But it happens on a lot of channels. There's just a regular. They like to like show off, I guess.
Well,
money or something.
Travis, if you want to be my guy, if you want to donate me $100 every time I do a live video,
you're my #1 guy.
You can be that guy.
It'll be pretty small. Like, here's your regular $1. What's the minimum? No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, I've got something to tell you, Travis, actually, after the show.
Right, well,
you.
I think unless you guys want to bring up anything else, I think I'll wrap it up there. It's 12:30 at night now. Is there anything else you guys want to mention before we go?
Just get ready for corrections.
Ooh, teasing.
That's crazy.
Get yourself get your balls prepared. Yeah,
your prediction, Russell, was the 17th of September, if I remember correctly. Is that right?
It's that week, 17 to 24. You said yes. I'm convinced something stupid will happen.
Well, we'll see. Everyone, hold it against Russell. We're going to put it in our diaries. The 17th to the 24th of September.
I think you'll see it happening around there.
I honestly believe that whatever news comes out, whatever news, I don't care what it is, whether they accept it, whether they delay it, whether they decline it.
ETF's just a product.
Yeah, I think whatever happens, I think we're going to see a massive dip in Bitcoin price. That's my guess, if you like.
Yeah.
Crypto North, he donates $2. He said, I only donate so you can say I'm awesome. John, you are awesome.
Wild.
There you go, mate.
There's your regular.
There he is. He is. I think John is pretty much the only person who's ever donated to me on the super chat.
Yeah. Every day I'm giving money away, man.
To, but it's always a bad time. Every time I'm like,
always throwing his money around, man. It's great.
No, I don't mind.
Great.
I don't mind. I've never, to be honest, I've never, I don't think I've never really brought up the super chat thing. I've never said, oh, please donate to, I've never done that sort of thing.
It's not, you don't do it that way. People just come and do it. If they want.
That's why I find it really humbling when people do donate. I remember PJ actually was one of the first people who donated money to me, and he said, buy your kids ice cream. And I did. I went out and bought ice cream the next day, and I put it in the. I sent him a message, said, "Oh, here's my kids eating the ice cream," so he knew that I did actually follow through with it. I think it's a really nice gesture, but I wouldn't push it on anyone. I don't expect anyone to pay me to watch it. I'm just happy that people are giving me their time and their input.
That's like a direct payment too, right? There's no cut or anything, right?
With what John's just done, YouTube I probably receive like $1.50 out of that.
You're kidding me, are you?
Well, something like that, yeah.
Jesus
so you're getting
Christ.
50 cents of that?
No. I'll probably get like $1.50. Yeah, they take 25%.
What if it was $200?
Yeah, it's a percentage.
They would
like
take
VAT, isn't it?
Damn.
Isn't it? It's like that.
Like YouTube should flash that button for you. Just like flash it.
I think the real money for YouTubers, the ones that have got it right, like actually, I'm talking about just making money. I don't care about whether you agree with their ethics or anything like that, but the ones where they're getting paid to promote or shill an ICO or something like that. So, where people are just doing reviews. So when they say, oh, you know, today we're going to look at this new coin called Masternode 5000 or whatever. Depending on how much audience you have, you can get paid like, you know, they normally get paid in Bitcoin, but you can earn like 20 grand from doing a video about it. And obviously, you know, that's there's some people that are trying to, you know, they do it very discreetly and they keep it to themselves. And to be fair, there is clauses in your agreements that says you cannot disclose what you're being paid to talk about this. Probably someone who's trying to juggle both is Crypto Daily. He openly says, look, this is a sponsored talk. I'm going to talk about this cryptocurrency and give my honest review on it, but I am being paid. Some people obviously are very, oh no, I honestly believe in this and I'm going to buy 10,000 of it today and click this link for my referral and all that shit. So yeah, it's a tricky one. If someone approached me and said, Glenn, will you talk about this coin and we'll pay you 20k, it'd be very hard to turn down. It would be very hard to turn down, but I would have to do it in a way where people knew, right, okay, Glenn's being paid. They may say to me, we don't want you to disclose, that's one of the terms, we don't want you to disclose how much we're paying you, but I would be well open about, hey guys, I am being paid to say this, bloody, bloody, blah, 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 you know, and go into it. That's just saying that I've always said since the beginning of creating this channel, really, that I want it to be really honest, open, upfront with people, so everyone knew where they stood when chatting to me. So,
yeah, I mean, like when you did start, I mean, you wanted to do the map, and you went into, you know, the cloud mining, and then, you know, we've all sort of had a journey, you know, since sort of December, Christmas, you know.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say too that was like my first bubble. Well, I guess if you can call that a bubble, the Bitcoin. So I didn't know to sell. Now I know what to look for. You know.
Yes. Yeah, that's the point. And I think now that we're over that now, I think we're kind of over it, and we're sort of kind of get like to a point where we're leveling out, because that was a really big spike, that was. And it's still not sorted itself out. Chances are now we're going to bounce again down, probably go to 60, 68 again, and then we'll come back up to the 73, maybe a
that's
bit
what I was
more.
looking at, like 68. If we're on an uptrend, this next little down correction, we're going to
68, 80, I think. 68, 80.
Somewhere around 68, just below 7.
There you have it. Russell is promising us a 68.80 Bitcoin.
So I think it's going to come. I think that's going to come soon.
The next 5 days.
Yeah.
In the next 5 days.
Yeah, I would say so.
3 to 5 days.
So you're saying, oh, what's today? Today's, well, in theory, today's Monday morning now, but so you're saying around Thursday, Friday, potentially Friday, you know, you reckon there's going to be a 6K Bitcoin at, you know.
Well, 680. 680 is going to come down probably, you know, within the next few, well,
I hope so.
36 hours or the next bloody week. But yeah, certainly.
Even swing lower than that, because, you know, it swings past, but the swing past might be 68. I don't know.
There's a lot of people holding at 65. I don't think there's many people
that might be the
sell.
wick to 65.
I don't think it's going to pass it, 65. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Well, we can discuss this. Obviously, you've made your calls. So I'm going to be doing another video. I'm sorry I was a bit late today, actually. I was actually out, and by the time I got back...
you was at the pub.
Sorry?
You was at the pub.
No, I wasn't. I spent the day, I went swimming with the kids, and then we went to Jump Street, and then I was driving back from Ipswich to Colchester, which is about a half hour, 40-minute drive. And then it was late. I had to put the kids to bed. My wife wasn't here today, so I had to wait for them to go to sleep and they didn't go to sleep till about 8:30, and then I was watching a quick rundown of what happened in Formula 1 today, which was awesome. And then I come out and did the live video, so that is why I was late. But I will try and obviously aim to get it as close as I can next Sunday, 8 PM UK time, for another one of these Team Bitglen live chats. If you want to join in, a bit like a random gamer dude has said that he's going to try and get a mic, and hopefully we'll hear from him in the chat next week. But we'll see where the calls are. You guys are saying 6-8 Bitcoin. We'll see how close you actually get to that. Not that we're holding anything against you, but I am selling my house for when it does go to 6-8, Russell.
I think you'll see it. There's going to be a few days, maybe soon. It's going to be come back,
Good.
I don't think we're going to go past 75 anyway. I can tell you that straight.
You don't?
No, I just don't see it.
Not without coming down first.
We've got to come down first.
I hope so, because I'm getting money on Tuesday, and I was going to buy my Bitcoin then. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we see this dip then.
I'd save that bloody cash for when they turn up with that tax bill. Oh, bastards. Jesus Christ.
Well, no, I've got to pay that now.
Frightening.
Before they deliver it.
Oh,
so I've got to put aside 300 quid for.
Well, let's put your time in back now. That'll set you back.
Yeah, I know.
Fuckers.
Yep.
But listen, and everybody needs to get together with that one. I want to see that document that John was talking about. I'd like to see that. And when you get that document for what you're having to bloody pay, I think we should meet the challenge,
Yeah. I'm going to contact UPS first and see what they can do.
Yeah, but you fucking signed it and you let it go. You know what I mean? I would have been fucking furious. I'd have said, "Oh, I don't know about that."
Well, I already did that. I already called them and said I wasn't going to pay it, and they're like, "Well, we're going to send it back." And I was like, "Okay, I'll pay it."
Yeah, bastards.
They got you by the cojones.
Send it back to China.
Yeah.
I just can't see how they could do that and say that it's Bitmain that's taking the money when it ain't.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to talk to them on Tuesday.
How the hell does that work? How the hell does that work?
Yeah, I don't know. I got to figure it out. It's kind of the whole thing's pretty shady.
I'd be interested to see actually how many people watching this video have actually watched it all the way through to the end, because I get these statistics on average, but people can cut in and out of the video. So what I would like to see, if you've watched this video right to the end, please comment down below saying Team Bitglen, sue Bitmain. And it would show to me that you guys have watched it all the way through to the end. So don't forget
class action suit.
I just think it's bizarre that they would put that on the document, say that the money was.
Yeah, me too, man. Well, I'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know.
I think it's bizarre, man. I really do.
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear what happens with that. So keep us updated, John. That's really it from us, guys. I'm gonna head to bed because it's 1:45 in the morning now. Thank you to Travis, to Russell, to John for joining the Discord live chat. Thank you to all of you that have joined in to the live text chat on YouTube, and especially thanks to John for donating $2. He's awesome. And I'll see you guys. I'll probably do some videos obviously throughout the week, and obviously I should be getting my Z9 Mini hopefully by the end of this week, so you will be seeing me doing unboxing videos and setup videos of my Z9. So I'll see you then. See you later, guys. Bye.
Good night, mate.
See you later. Bye.